This video series presents my summary of Guy Debord's book, The Society of the Spectacle. This book is a great piece of work that should be read by everyone. My summary of the book cannot replace the experience that one gets when reading the book. I believe what this summary does do well is sum up the conclusions of the book. Chapter 1. I think it is best to understand the word spectacle to mean a false reality. So the Society of the Spectacle can be understood as the Society of the False Reality. The spectacle is what we see. It is the presentation of a false reality. The spectacle is a false reality in the sense that when we see it, we are seeing a false representation of reality. Since all we can see is the spectacle, all we know is the spectacle, and therefore we are separated from truth. Since people believe the spectacle is the way the world is, they learn how to rationally interact with the world and people in it in a way that is rational according to the logic of the spectacle. But the spectacle is not just a misinterpretation of the world. The spectacle has led to people building a world based on the logic of the false reality, and therefore the spectacle can be found in concrete objects everywhere we look. The spectacle was the goal of capitalism and the result of capitalism. It is a false reality where we constantly want more. The spectacle can be seen everywhere, and its presence justifies the capitalist and spectacular system. The spectacle has become our reality. When we look around the world and see things, what we are looking at is the spectacle. The fundamental thing of almost all, if not all objects, is the spectacle. The spectacle is what we always see when we look at the world. We are never shown the non-spectacle, and if someone attempts to reveal it to us, they are scolded. The spectacle, or false reality, is everywhere. Capitalism needed the spectacle to blossom and grow, because capitalism requires us to strive for a false reality. The spectacle is a necessary part of all products made and sold. It is a fundamental part of our world. The spectacle is what reproduces our society. Because we are born into the society, we become victims of the spectacle because it is attractive. The spectacle reduces having something like success to simply appearing to have something. Who we are is determined by the spectacle. Therefore, who we are is a product of the spectacle, and it is a product of a false reality. The false reality of the spectacle gets us to behave in strange ways. The spectacle is not limited to sight and sound. It can use any sense to prevent us from understanding the truth about reality. The spectacle creates an unreality. Like religion, the spectacle creates a false reality. But unlike religion, the spectacle has materialized. As long as what we want is determined by a false reality created by the spectacle will remain necessary. Our relationships with the spectacle is a loop that we cannot seem to break out of. The spectacle controls everything. The spectacle is the discourse of the ruling class. This discourse praises the ruling class. The top-down communication, also known as monologue of the spectacle, allows the spectacle to be an instrument of the ruling class. The goal of the spectacle is to separate us from reality, and it is always the way we get separated from reality. Unlike religion, the spectacle shows us, without using our imagination, what we could have. In our society, we are not connected to the products we make. More products means more people are separated from each other and their work, and as a result, we don't know or understand the products we make. Since we are separated from our work, we begin to view life outside of work as real life. But life outside of work is not where we are liberated. Life outside of work is produced by the economic system. All activity is under the spell of the spectacle. We are not liberated outside of work because the world outside of work is produced by the system of work. Since the spectacle is everywhere, then everywhere we are disconnected from reality. All space and objects are victims of the spectacle and become tools that reproduce the spectacle. The false reality was born when reality began being attacked. The size of the spectacle shows how far we are from the truth. Separating us from our work and products we create is like the spectacle, in the sense that we are removed from creating. The spectacle presents one part of the thousands of parts of life and claims it is the whole. The spectators are connected to each other by their common misperception created by the spectacle. Here we see the spectacle separates people from reality and each other, and then brings them back together in a false reality. The more we think about the unreality the spectacle propagates, the less we live. The more we identify with the world the spectacle creates, the less we understand ourselves. The spectacle alienates us from ourselves. The spectacle is another person's life. As a result, the spectator never feels at home. The workers produce the spectacle, and as a result, they produce their dispossession. The spectacle creates a social map, directing ourselves based on it. The spectacle, or false reality, functions to alienate us from reality and ourselves. With economic comes alienation and a larger spectacle.